Hey there, guys. Welcome back. Just a second. As I disappeared here, nothing like dropping stuff. Start a video off dropping stuff. Good going. All right, I want to welcome you guys back. Hope you guys. It's been a little bit since I've been on here. Since I think my last video was my little public service announcement about throwing jerseys on the ice and how I was like, please don't do that. But, as some people said in the comment section, hey, they want to spend their money, they spend the money on the jersey, they want to throw the jersey on the ice. Well, that's on them. It's very true. It hurts my heart to see that stuff though still. I mean, yes, they can do whatever they want with their jerseys. You want to throw them on the ice? Well, that's your loss. It still pains me though. But today I wanted to show something. I wanted to do a little. I was looking through some of my other jerseys. Now, I mean, I've been a jersey collector since basically my freshman year in high school, and that's been a while. So, I mean, if you think about it. 30 years. I've been collecting these jerseys for basically 30 years. Like I said, I'm dating myself big time there. But I started thinking. I was looking through some of my jerseys, and I was like, they've made like CCM versions and the Adidas versions. They've kind of made some of the same things. And I was looking through my my collection, and I found, wow, I've got a lot of jerseys that are CCM made, and then also Adidas made. And I kind of wanted to compare each one of those teams. And I thought that would be a pretty cool little concept to do. So, but before we look into this, I thank you guys all for being here. I'm very grateful for all of you. And if there's anyone new out there that's just happening to come on through, and you happen to come across one of my videos on the channel, hopefully you watch them. Hopefully you like them. If you like them, hopefully I do a good enough job to earn a subscription from you guys. That would be fantastic. And what do you say we get into the first CCM and Adidas comparison here? Now, these are in no specific order. They're just kind of in a random order. But I guess what I wanted to show here is this, of course, was starting off here. We're going to start off with San Jose. This, of course, this is the throwback. This is the CCM version, the CCM vintage version of the first ever San Jose Sharks jersey. And here is the 30th anniversary jersey. Kind of interesting. I start off with, they came in 1991, 92, right around the time that I started my collection. And as you can see, they're very similar. We'll bring them in close up here. The the necklines are very. I mean, the necklines obviously are a little different, but they're different but similar in some ways. Obviously the CCM neckline there with the black and the white there, and of course the Adidas neckline. You got the big white stripe there with the little black line there, and then of course you got the NHL shield with the little black insert there. But and of course you got the fin on the shoulder, and of course here you got the fin on the shoulder here. Now on this one, on these, they actually sit up on the shoulder. These don't sit as high, but they're still, I mean, still a good spot for them. They just don't quite sit as high as they do on this one. And of course, it's pretty. I mean, same setup, same same coloration, same everything. But that's the first comparison of a CCM and an Adidas, and how really they're pretty similar. Other than, I mean, the teal on this is a little bit brighter, or a little, not brighter, maybe a little darker, which actually is kind of cool than on this one. But they're still fantastic. All right, next one up, we're going to do the St. Louis Blues here. This, of course, this is the 1990s version of the St. Louis Blues, the mid-90s, was like 94 to, I think, like 97, 98. They had this. And then, of course, Adidas, they went and made the same, they basically made an Adidas version. Here, let me back up a little bit here so you can kind of get the full. But, yeah, I mean, there, Adidas made the full, the carbon copy just in Adidas. And, of course, I mean, you've got the subtle differences. I mean, there's the neckline, the big yellow neckline there. Now, the red on this one is down here next to the body part. This one, the red, is on the top. So that's a difference. Of course, you have the trumpet. You have the shoulder logo, the trumpet there. It's a little smaller on the CCM than it is on the Adidas. Come on. Trying to get a full, there we go. So it's a little bit bigger on the Adidas than it is on the CCM, but I mean, it still looks, the trumpet still looks awesome on the CCM. But I mean, very, very subtle differences. I mean, the coloring is still the same, same striping, same everything. It's just, Adidas went and made, they made their version of the mid-90s CCM version, and yeah, there's those, and obviously, the couple differences there in the neckline and the size of the shoulder logo, but still pretty cool. And now we're up to the next one here. We're doing this one here. We're doing the Washington Capitals. This, of course, this is the Washington Capitals 1980s style, which, I mean, this was a nice jersey. This, I really was a big fan of this. This was a very, very nice jersey. So when Adidas decided that they were going to make the Capitals were going to bring out an Adidas version of their 80s style jersey, it's fantastic. I mean, it's a thing of beauty. It really is. Of course, the CCM, the difference here, the CCM neckline there, and there's the Adidas. Now they're the same color. There's no difference color-wise between the necklines. I mean, other than the inside of the neckline here, they got blue inside the neckline here, and they don't on the CCM. And there is a little difference here because right there, it says Washington Capitals, and on here, it says Washington Capitals. Now, I'm pretty sure when you guys look, if you guys look close, you can see a little bit of a difference. There is a difference. And, I want, and when you guys look through this, let me know in the comments section if you can spot the difference in these in these two jerseys. I mean, it should be pretty obvious, but let me know in the comments section if you guys find it. But, I mean, the bottoms are the same. The bottom of the arms are different. This one, it's a little bigger, or it's a little thicker of a stripe here, of a blue stripe at least. While on the Adidas version, it's a much narrower blue stripe. But overall, a fantastic copy, basically, of the Adidas jersey of the CCM one. That sounded really odd coming. That sounded very odd, but I think that's see, Adidas made theirs pretty good in comparison with the CCM. Gotta say, they do look really nice. All right, next one up is the Edmonton Oilers. Now, of course, this is my CCM version. This, of course, is my Wayne Gretzky Edmonton Oilers jersey. Classic jersey. Love this thing. So Adidas then decided, okay, we're gonna make one. We're gonna make that one in the Adidas style. So here's the Adidas style, and here's them both side by side. Now, again, same style, same colors. I mean, obviously CCM here, Adidas here. Now, differences, of course, we have the neckline here. The CCM neck in comparison to the Adidas neck, and they basically have inverted the colors here. The CCM one here, you have the white on the bottom here, and the orange on the top, going into the white part there. But on here, it's inverted. The white is on the top, and the orange is below. And of course, you can see the difference in where the straighten this out every now and then, because it's one thing about the CCM ones, the customization they did so well. This is a very heavy jersey. It's not authentic, but it's very heavy. But as you can tell, the difference. I mean, they switched around the orange and the white here, and it goes white to white here on the CCM, but it does not do that on the Adidas. It goes orange into white. So I mean, that really is the biggest stark difference here between these two. I mean, they look phenomenal. They look basically the same. I mean, you hold it. I mean, even like that, I mean, they're virtually identical. Obviously, in the Adidas, you have the once an Oiler, always an Oiler in the neckline here. It's kind of hard to tell because it kind of goes all the way across the back of the neck there. But yeah, another really good make for Adidas in comparison to the CCM. I mean, they look very cool. All right, next one up. We'll do Calgary here. This, of course, this is the Calgary Flames. This is the CCM version, the 1989 style here, with the 1989 finals patch on there. That was the first year they started putting the finals patches on the jerseys, which I thought was pretty cool. And here's the Reebok, the Reebok. Hello, the Adidas version. Again, they look virtually identical. Now, this, of course, I believe this is my prime green. This is my prime green one. As you can tell, it's got the detail in the logo there. The CCM one does not have that, but they didn't really do that back then either. But I mean, striping basically the same. Down here, everything basically looks the same, with the exception this one compared to this one. This one does not have red on the bottom. This one does. This one has this red spot, this little extra red stripe down here at the bottom, while the CCM one does not. So that's a difference. And then, of course, the necklines are different. This one, of course, they have the white in the neckline. This one, they don't. So, I mean, that's kind of that's a little bit of a difference there, too. And, of course, the CCM necklines and the Adidas necklines, they always, they look different. They're going to look different because it's, different manufacturers and all that. But, I mean, still, it's a phenomenal, it's a phenomenal looking couple of jerseys. And, in CCM, they always made their jerseys. This was, good, this was quality. This was real good quality stuff that they made the CCMs with. And the Adidas, again, are really good quality too. So, yeah, another, two awesome jerseys that look exactly alike. All right, now we're up to an original 6 team here. We are up to the Detroit Red Wings. Again, now this one, there basically is no difference. Other than the neckline, but even the neckline, there's no difference in color. It's a red neckline here, red neckline there. Literally, this is one where, other than being, this one being a CCM, this, of course, is my Mr. Hockey, my Gordie Howe jersey. Of course, this one, this doesn't have anybody on it, but they look exactly alike. There's no, the stripes are all there. There's no extra added color down at the bottom. These are literally pretty much a perfect match. Other than the neckline, obviously, being a little different. Because, obviously it's two different manufacturers. But the white lines are right where they need to be. Can't get much more of a match than these two. It's again, can't get a better match than these two. We're up to another original 6 team here. We're up to the Montreal Canadiens. This, of course, this is my Patrick Waugh, my Heroes of Hockey Patrick Waugh jersey with it's got the 93 Centennial Finals patch on it. And this is the Adidas version of the Canadiens. Now, there are a few differences here. Obviously, the neckline. This has a double blue neckline on it with the white stripe in between the two blue stripes. This one does not. This one has the big white stripe with the blue on the top, and of course you have the French saying in there. But if you can kind of tell, the colors are a little different. This one is a little bit lighter than this one. You might be able to see it a little further back. But I mean, other than that, again, they match. I mean, they're a perfect match. I mean, and the comparisons are just, I mean, other than this one being just a little bit darker than this one, again, and it's a classic design. I mean, can you really go wrong with the Montreal Canadiens? I mean, there's a reason why they haven't really switched their jerseys ever. But again, not really a whole lot of difference here, other than really the neckline and and kind of the darker color. Oh, and this one has laces. This has the laces on it, and this one doesn't. Don't know why they have the laces on there. They don't do anything, but well, what the hell. All right. Now we're up to Buffalo. This is the CCM version. And then they just came out with this one. And obviously there are some differences here. But they're still, both of these jerseys are phenomenal. I mean, the logo on this one, in comparison, I mean, this is a decent-sized logo for a CCM. The logo on this is massive. I mean, but that's the cool thing. Now, of course, differences. You have the yellow neckline here. You do not have that on this, on the Adidas one. It's all blue. The stripes, there's no white in the stripes here. They're yellow, yellow, blue, yellow, blue, yellow. This one, of course, you have, the yellow, white, blue, yellow. Now this one, it's yellow, white, blue, but then it goes yellow, blue, white down there. And then back into the yellow. So, I mean, that's, really the only difference there. And, the same on the bottom. But, I mean, the logos, the logos, big difference there. I mean, the logo on this one is huge. And the yellow border, too, is a lot different. Now, this one, the Buffalo one, there's no, there's not a lot of detail in this one. This one has all the detail. It has all that texturing in there. And the yellow border around here is a lot wider than the CCM one. But still, two very, very awesome looking jerseys in comparison. Now, this is a jersey that a lot of fans would like to see come back. I think it's perfectly fine as an alternate, but I know a lot of people want it to come back. And it's the 1994 style Vancouver Canucks. Now this, of course, this is the CCM. And here is the Adidas. Now again, not a lot of difference. The logos, of course, we look at the neckline here. You've got the black, red, and yellow neckline there. This one, you kind of have something similar. I mean, the neckline, the yellow neck goes all the way around. I mean, it kind of does on this one, but I mean, the necklines are a little different, obviously, because, it's different companies, obviously. But, the logos, this is the CCM version. And that is the Adidas version. Again, virtually identical logos. The striping is the same all the way down. Striping on the bottom is the same. even the black on the very bottom. Great looks, awesome looks, and again, just subtle differences between these two that honestly a lot of people wouldn't be able to tell the differences. But I want you guys to tell me in the comment section, because there are a couple differences in these. Take a look at them. Let me know where the differences are. I would love to. I'd love to hear what you guys think on exactly where the differences are. I mean, other than obviously the necklines, there's one real big difference in the two. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on where exactly it is. All right, now we're up to Pittsburgh. This, of course, this is my CCM, my vintage Mario Lemieux. Love this jersey. And here is the Adidas version of that same jersey. Now, obviously, in the neck here, you got the solid yellow neck there. This one, I mean, you have the solid yellow neck up here going all the way around, but it's not solid yellow going all the way around. It goes from yellow to black here. And, of course, one glaring difference is the size of the logo. Again, the logos on the CCMs were pretty decent size for their day. But in comparison, boy, the Adidas logos, I mean, they just, the CCM logos pale in comparison to the size of the logos on the Adidas. But, again, two jerseys, virtually identical. The striping is identical on the sleeves. Striping is identical at the bottom. It's just, another two fantastic jerseys, and it was so cool that Pittsburgh basically, they went back to the 90s style. And, again, two very awesome jerseys. Basically look exactly alike. Colors, everything. Not really much difference between these two. Now, this one, there are differences in these two. But the Adidas one was basically inspired by this one. This, of course, we're up to the Boston Bruins here. This, of course, this is my Bobby Orr. My Bobby Orr Bruins jersey. This, of course, this was the style they wore back in the 70s. And then, of course, the Boston Bruins now, they have this. I mean, obviously, there's big differences. But this one was inspired by this one. Obviously, you can tell there's definitely differences here. But, now this one, of course, this has the shoulder patch on here. This one does not. The white stripe on the CCM one here is much thicker than the stripe on the Adidas. They both have strings, although the strings actually do something on this, unlike the strings on here. And of course the logos are different, but I mean, if you look at the lines are virtually identical. I mean, the lines on this one, they're a little wider than on here. And this one on the bottom, it has black on the bottom, it has yellow here. But you can see what the Adidas one was inspired by. And I love how they did that. And it just, I mean, you can't go wrong when the Adidas jerseys are inspired by the CCM jerseys. That's really cool. Okay, now we're up to a couple of classic ones. There are a couple differences on these ones. But they're phenomenal looking. And basically, I got to hold them up at the same time. These are awesome. The Hartford Whalers, better known now as the Carolina Hurricanes. But I mean, look at that. The stripes are virtually identical. The stripe on the bottom is green here on the bottom. They don't have green on the bottom of this. This is the one mistake. The one mistake on this one that they did not make, or that they did make, that they should have put on this one. On here, you have, if I can get a good look at them, you have, come on. All right, let's try it on this side. Might come a little better off on this side, but you have Pucky. You have Pucky the Whale on the CCM. They did not put that on this one. If they would have put Pucky on the shoulder on the Adidas here, that'd have been perfect. That would have made this one just that much more perfect. But I mean, they're virtually identical. The logos, again, the size of the logos are a big difference. Of course, the neckline here, you've got the different colors. You've got the green, the white, and the blue. This one, you just have the green and the white. But you have the blue in the back. You have the Hurricane flags in blue and black in the back of this one, which is still not bad. But I mean, the stripes, again, virtually identical. Just subtle differences. But again, two jerseys that, the few subtle differences, they still look great. And we're up to this one now. This, of course, they, again, subtle differences, but, it's virtually the same take, the same take of jersey. Same style, same design, and this is the New York Rangers. Now, of course, the striping is a little different on this one in comparison to this, especially down at the bottom. The stripes are definitely different. This is the style they wore back the last time they won the Stanley Cup in 1994. They were wearing this style jersey. Now, this one, of course, this is another one of my Wayne Gretzky jerseys. But, and again, you got subtle differences. This one, of course, you actually have red in the neckline here. You have red going all the way around the neck. This one, you don't have any red, with the exception of the little insert here with the NHL logo on it. And, of course, this has strings. This doesn't. Now, of course, another difference is the width between the letters, as you can kind of tell, there's a wider width here between the letters from the CCM in comparison to the Adidas. The letter in Rangers is a lot narrower on the Adidas than it is on the CCM. But again, virtually, other than that, it's a similar style. Now, this one is a little darker blue than the Adidas. I do kind of wish the Adidas was in that darker shade, because I don't know if you can really tell on camera or not the difference in the color, but still an awesome looking set. And if there's one team that can get away with a word mark for a logo on the front of a jersey, this is it. This is the only team really that, to me, can have the word mark on the front and it looks awesome. Stop with the word marks. You know, I mean, you got all these teams coming with word marks. It kind of worries me that, you know, eventually that's what all the teams are going to go with, is these flipping word marks. You know, instead of the logo on the front, you know, you're going to have these stinking word marks. Let the Rangers be the team to have the word mark. It looks awesome on theirs. As you can tell, again, on both of them, they look fantastic. Leave the word mark jerseys to the New York Rangers. All right, coming down to the last couple here. Now, this is one of my more recent jerseys here. This, of course, it's another Vancouver Canuck one. This, of course, this is the Stickin' Rink. This is the original Stickin' Rink. This was what the Vancouver Canucks had when they first came in. Now, of course, this is the newer Stickin' Rink jersey. This is the modernized Stickin' Rink. Of course, you have the differences here. You have green. You have the green here, the green and white in the neckline here. You do not have that here. You have blue and white. The white goes all the way around. Now, of course, subtle differences. This has white on the sleeves and down on the bottom. This one does not. This just has the green and blue. But again, you know, and also the same for down at the bottom. But I mean, you know, not a lot of differences other than those. And of course, the Stickin' Rink is more modern. This is the modernized version of this. Still, very, very nice. A very good compliment in comparison with this one. And, you know, it's just, I mean, this one, obviously, it modernizes it. Because this one, you know, there wasn't a lot to this. A lot of people didn't know what the hell this was. You know, a lot of people just, they didn't know. They didn't know that that you know, there's supposed to be a C in here. Nobody really knew that until they go with this, and there you can tell where the C is. You know, there you can tell. There's the C going all the way around, and yeah. So, you know, there's the subtle differences here between the Vancouver Canucks Stickin' Rink jerseys. And last up on this little comparison video, last, certainly not least though, we have the Ottawa Senators. They went back. This, of course, this was the original style they had back in the early 90s, back when I first started collecting. This was the style they had. They went back to it. Now again, there are some subtle differences here. Of course, the neckline. This is just a solid red neck going around the top. It's virtually the same on here. Only difference is you have the black outline on the top going all the way around, where you don't have that on here. And of course, difference, the size of the logos. The logos are huge in comparison. Now, a couple other differences. You have the red. You have red going around here. They changed that up on this one. You don't have the red going around on this one. Also, this kind of has, as you can kind of tell in the light, this has that sparkly gold material. This one on the Adidas is basically more of a dull kind of color. Still very glad that they went back to this, this logo. I've always been a fan of this logo. This logo is awesome. And of course you have the Senator logo on the shoulder here, with of course the red, the little red outline here on that. Little different here, obviously. But it's virtually, I mean, other than the red, and of course it's bigger here. But I mean, it's the more dull gold. And of course, you got the gold outline there, where in comparison, this one is the red outline. Now, I do notice the red outline on the S here is a lot more pronounced than right here. So that's a little bit of a difference. But, and of course, this one, the CCM version, it goes red. It basically goes red all the way down there. This one, it's got red on the bottom, but it's got the black stripe. It's got the black stripe down here on the CCM version. You got the red stripe there, and then black here. But on this one, you don't have that extra black stripe on the bottom. It just goes from black to red. So, again, couple subtle differences. I do still wish that they would have put a little bit of white in here. A little bit of white right in between the red here. That's all you would have needed. Otherwise, this jersey's, the Adidas version is virtually perfect. Just, if you'd have put a little white here between, you'd have broken this up a little bit, make between the red stripes here, if you'd have put white in here, that would have been fantastic. But again, another good kind of, comparison. I mean, obviously the logo is smaller on the CCM than it is on the Adidas, but still, just fantastic looks. I mean, what can you say? The teams working with Adidas, their older jerseys are a hit. A lot of them were a big hit. So, you kind of want to copy them. So, what can you say? You can't really go wrong, right? So, that is my little comparison of basically the exact same jerseys, just in CCM and Adidas. Now, of course, there are some differences in some. When you guys are looking through the video, check them out. Let me know the differences you guys find in each one, because there are little differences in each one, except for maybe Detroit. Detroit, I don't think there was really any difference. That one looked basically the exact same. But let me know your guys' thoughts. Where do you guys see some differences? I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on that. And again, I'm very thankful to all of you for hopefully making it all the way through the video. We're almost, this kind of took a little bit. We're almost at 45 minutes, but it's cool to go looking through and kind of comparing, the CCM design with the Adidas design, and seeing the differences, seeing, spotting the little differences here and there. And again, it's pretty cool. And again, I thank every one of you for being here. Everybody who's subscribed, again, I thank you guys so very much. I love you guys. And again, if there's anyone new out there, you're just cruising around the internet, you happen to come across one of my videos on my channel, hopefully if you watch it, hopefully you like it. If you like it well enough, hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you here. Anybody who's not that familiar with my channel, I am a huge hockey nut. I talk basically anything hockey, anything and everything hockey related, mainly jerseys. I'm a jersey freak. And yeah. So, hopefully you guys will like the videos. Hopefully you'll hit the subscribe button, because we try to have a lot of fun here. And hopefully I should have a couple of Christmas presents to myself should be on the way here soon. That they might be here before Christmas, so hopefully I might get a chance to unbox those here on the channel right around the Christmas weekend, hopefully. So hopefully you guys will tune into that. And again, I thank you all for being here. I thank you if you guys were able to get from start to finish. This was kind of a long one, but if you guys are able to make it from start to finish, I will not be able to thank you guys enough for that. And again, anybody new out there, just cruising around the internet, you happen to come across my channel, hopefully you like the videos. If you like them, hit the subscribe button. I'd love to have you here. And after 47 minutes, I will see you guys again very soon.